Oh.
'Cause I know how Lori is.
I don't even know where the hell Lori lives.
Lori lives in Greencastle.
Oh, she lives in Greencastle.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's why I thought she. Okay, she was with her mom, but she was with Jen, right? Or was staying with Jen? I don't know. I'm confused.
I mean, the last time that I seen.
Good everybody from the East Coast to West Coast to North and South. This is DK News 60 in Terre Haute, Indiana. I bring you a professional broadcast here after the station identification break. Special breaking news.
It's toxic in here.
Good evening, everybody. Where you from? Let me know what part of the country or the world you're from. This is DK News 60 in Terre Haute, Indiana. I got the breaking news. A new dictator has been crowned officially in Iran tonight, and Trump is sending over more B-2 bombers. Right now, the also been reported that the first time since World War II that a United States naval submarine has sunk an enemy ship. That is correct. The first time since World War II, the U.S. Navy submarine has actually sank a Navy ship. The rumors have it that um, the United States Navy gave um, a warning to the ship to either surrender and go back to Sri Lanka or to be sunk. They did give them a warning. They refused to turn around, so the United States Navy did sink the Iranian ship. That is what's going on right now as we speak. Trump is also sending more B-2 bombers over there, and after the announcement of the new dictatorship, reporters are asking him about troops on the ground. And of course, Trump is not going to answer that question because it's nobody's business right now what he does with the troops on the ground. They're talking about securing the oil sites over there with troops on the ground, but that right now is undisclosed. And nobody's going to know the answer to that but Donald Trump himself when he sends these troops over there on the ground. You have Special Forces units and Delta Force and the United States Special Forces combined over there marking their areas. That will be a good possibility that could happen within the next few days. But at this point in time, Trump is not going to tell you if if they are going to send troops to the ground. Yes, there is a possibility. That's what he said. However, he's not going to tell you when. That would be disclosing military secrets, and that's not how you win a war, people. So therefore, that's what it is. On a brighter note of the subject, we are actually still holding our own on this end. That's a good thing. But the new dictator has vowed to fight to the death. He is not going to surrender. He is not taking Trump's surrendership. He has declined that unconditional surrender and said he will fight to the death. That is the son of the Ayatollah Khomeini. I can't pronounce his name. Research it, whatever. He's Persian, obviously, but he's going to fight to the death. I guess they get 30 versions up there. More power to them, because Somebody else is going to be raising their kids. That's all I got to tell you. Anyhow, that is the breaking news for the night, other than the fact that the fighting and the bombings are still going off on there. And the United Arab Emirates are firing back, so there's approximately 6 different nations over there right now firing missiles left and right, going off like wildfires. As soon as I get my laptop, I will be able to show you pictures and photographs of the bombings themselves. Until then, we'll just have to kind of throw that in a wing and a prayer, and maybe I might have some highlights on some shorts of these here. I will try to get shorts of the actual photographs of the bombings over there. But from what I've seen is there's just missiles going off left and right. Now in Tel Aviv, they're actually using Iranian multi-cluster bombs over there that are actually breaking the so-called dome, because there are so many of them that are being fired over there. The dome can only protect themselves so many, but they are able to shoot down several of the drone flights, are actually shooting down several of the missiles that are coming in Tel Aviv right at the moment. Qatar has now entered the war over there. So that's two. You have still the Gaza Strip, which Israelis are still fighting Hamas in Gaza right now. So it's pretty much of a mess over there in the Middle East. You know, I advise if you're over there in America, just get the hell out and stay out. You know, if you're an Iranian in Iran, now would be a good time to start your revolt against your government. I would do it now, because now they're hitting their weak spot. They're in a governmental change. They have not a clue what the hell they're doing, and you're going to die anyway, no matter what way it looks like, because the Ayatollah, or the Ayatollah now, or the Khomeini now, whatever his name is now, is not going to surrender, and you're guaranteed to die if you go out there. So you come out here, shelter, help the United States, help Israel, and to take over your own damn government. You got to help. We can't, we're not going to do it by ourselves, but you got to help a little bit too. You stay in your buildings, like you said you are. Keep your children safe, yes, but go out there, if you see an Iranian guard, kill him. That's all I can tell you. You two may not like the harsh words I'm saying, but I really don't care. This is my channel, and I will discuss what the hell I want on here. If you don't like it, you can always change the channel. But if you want your life, I would suggest you get off your ass and go fight, because I'm tired of doing the fighting for everybody around this damn world. We're going to help you out, but you picked the wrong dictator, and your ass is on the ground, and ain't nobody going to help you again. That's all I got to tell you. We are for you. We will be with you, but you got to do something. Put your kids in safety. Get your butts out and kill every Iranian guard out there, because they're going to kill you whether you like it or not. That's already been proven. That's why you wanted a regime change, because all this killing going on. You have to fight to the death. That's what it is. The United States has done that before many, many times. But anyway, that's, it's a suggestion. You do this. I don't want you to go in and put yourself in harm's way. Either that, or just get the hell out of the country and let the U.S. just make it a glass parking lot. One or the other. Either get the hell out of your country as safely as you can. Go to a bordering country that's going to accept you. Egypt will probably accept you. UAE will accept you. Qatar will probably accept you as a refugee. Just get out of the country or fight. One or the other. Because right now, it's kind of difficult when you have so many cluster bombs over there that China and Russia are now feeding information where the American bases are at and located. It's making it a little bit more difficult for the U.S. forces to do their jobs, but we are holding our own. We have another Navy ship, I believe it's called the USS George Washington over there. Now we have 3 United States aircraft carriers over there right now, and they are shooting missiles off in Tehran as we speak. I would suggest you either get out and fight or get out of the country, one or the other, because keep your kids safe. Go to the United Arab Emirates, Qatar. I would stay out of the Gaza Strip right now, because they're being invaded as well. So there you go. Anyhow, that's my story. Sticking to it. Reported terrorist, yes, reported terrorist activities. That is correct. There you go. Now, what happens? The reported terrorist activity. Yes, in the United States we have sleeper cells. The new leader of Iran has also announced that he is going to be calling out sleeper cells. For those who do not know what that is, thank you for bringing that up. Jarlo, 2400. Yes, there's only been one terrorist activity here in Texas already. He's been caught after shooting and he's been killed. The new regime has sworn to call out his sleeper cells. I'm not trying to scare anybody in the United States, but just be aware of your surroundings, whether your store or anywhere else. If you see something suspicious, go for it. You know, I mean, be get out there. There you go. Okay, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh my God, no, I know what I'm talking about, son. But that's okay. Your opinion is your opinion. Okay. Okay. Why does President Trump have respect for Putin? I don't know. You tell me. We'll both know. I love trolls in this station, so go ahead and keep it up because it shows you how fucking ignorant you are because you're watching my station anyway, so I don't give a fuck who you are. Go ahead. Anyway. There you go. By the same rate, you have respect for a damn terrorist, dumbass. Hello, friend Plum, 8866. I hope I said that correctly. How you doing, buddy? Where you from? What part of the world are you in? What part of the world are you in? Yeah, she is. So what's your problem? You take out the trash while I'm babbling. Yeah, so what's your problem? There you go. I guess you just leave the trash in your house, don't you, motherfucker? Anyway, I don't give a shit. You're a troll, and that's cool. Anyway.
God damn you.
Pancake 834 said hi. Well, hello, Pancake 834. How you doing? What part of the world are you from? Axis of Epstein. Whatever you mean by that, I'm not really sure what you mean by axis of Epstein, but yeah, that's a whole other ball game on its own, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, shit. You know, you guys, you don't have to watch my channel if you don't want to. You can always change the channel. If it offends you, it's too bad, but, you know, it is what it is. Ah, shit. There you go. Epstein's are at it again after kids. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. About the kids, that's for sure. I'm new to your channel. Can you clarify who you're for or against? Well, I'm for peace, okay? And that's what I'm for. I'm for the Iranian people for their freedom, okay? I'm not for the government. That's what I'm for. I'm here to try to report what's going on. You make your decisions on what you think is right or wrong, okay? I can't tell you to be for or against any Iranian. They're not all bad people. Sorry to disillusion you, but it is what it is. And just like Russian people or Muslim people, they're not all bad. There's quite a few good people out there. It's not the people you like or dislike. You can't really dislike somebody you've never met before, so... But you can dislike their policies and their regimes. That makes sense? I mean, I'm all for people's opinions on what they think is going on in your part of the world. For your opinions are, they're valued to everybody. Everybody's got an opinion. It's like assholes know, but everybody's got one. That don't mean you're right. That don't mean I'm always right. But I'm for peace. And for peace and serenity. Unfortunately, that's very few far and in between. Like I said, I'm not on the Iranian government side. No, I'm on the Iranian people side for freedom and their their change of regime, yes. I'm going to take about a 2-minute break here for about 2 minutes. Give me about 2 minutes. I'm going to take a 2-minute short break here, and I will see you shortly. All right, good evening, everybody. I am back. I had to take a little bit of a break there for a minute. I had something to take care of. Anyway, so how's everybody doing tonight? And what part of the world are you watching from? Give me a little idea of who we're talking with. And thank you for the likes. And if you like the channel, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. You know, where are you from this part of the world? I do have a PayPal. If you'd like to donate to my channel to help me out here, I'm trying to get a laptop here so I can actually show you more on my laptop of what's really going on here instead of using a phone. But it's a DK New 60 Terahote. It's at gmail.com. That is my PayPal link. It's in the description there. If you can follow that and maybe send a donation there. It's if you do family and friends, it's free, no charge to you. But yeah, I mean, if you could do that, it'd be great and wonderful. Right now, I can relate the news to you, and I can tell you where to get it. I can tell you where to fact check me from. That's all there is to it. I will. And PS Gaming, hey, from the UK. Here you go, buddy. How's it going in the United Kingdom over there? How you doing in the United Kingdom? I had spent one day in London's Heathrow Airport 40 years ago as a GI oversell. Yeah, the mess there. Well, so what's going on? What's going on over there in the UK right now? That's a mess. I mean, over in the United States and all around the world. Yeah, there's a lot of protest over there, if I'm not mistaken, in the UK. I try to get I get a lot of information off my YouTube channel, Immigrants Issues here, mate. Yeah, yeah, same thing here, brother. Same thing here. Immigrant issues here too. I mean, I feel you on that one. It's kind of hard to to determine who's right and wrong anymore on that respect. I mean, I think if you're in any country legally, you're good to go. But when you start breaking the laws and getting there illegally, and in your own country, you've got to support them, then you're kind of basing the line here. We got a lot of that going on here too. So I do feel you over there, brother, and I pray for you. Okay. Uh, I do have another guy who's from the UK over there. I talked to. He's pretty much saying the same thing. It's a mess over there too, and he's a young man. He's a good Christian man, and I just said I could pray for you guys. I mean, you guys are our number one allies over there, and I just hope we can get a lot of things straightened out together. But at this point in time, who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, we have bad issues here too. I think you've probably heard a lot of them over here, and I've seen a lot of them on the world news. That what's going on in England. I don't get too much news from over there, but from what I've seen, it's not good. If we stop bombing countries, there would be. Well, yeah, well, I agree with that. Stop bombing countries. Well, stop trying to kill people too. I guess would be quid pro quo quo, or the lamb still crying type thing. I mean. It's like, what can you do? I'd rather trade recipes and bullets and words any day of the week. You got a good recipe, I'm all for that. I love to eat cooking. So I mean, that's my agenda is to trade recipes for food and not wars and bullets. This war that Iran would end by the month if you can give us. Okay, this war with Iran would it end by the end of the month? Can you give us your? You know what? That's hard to say, but I don't think so, honestly. I don't think it's going to end by the end of the month because they have a new regime down. They have a new changeover right now, or what they call a new dictator. I mean, somebody tells me I don't know what a dictator is, but you call it whatever you want. I don't care. But it's going to be a little bit drawn out. I'll grant you that. I hope it doesn't last a month or to the end of the month, but. I honestly, to God, think that they're going to fight to the death over there, and that's just unfortunate. It really is. You got a lot of good people in Iran over there trying to, get out there stuck. You know what I mean? But where can they go? I mean, I don't think they can go to UAE. I mean, I'd like them to see to go to UAE or someplace that would actually take them, but it is defending itself. Anyone who says they wouldn't defend okay. Iran is defending itself. Anyone who says they wouldn't defend their country. Iran is defending it. Yeah, they're defending themselves. That is true. But you also have to understand there's a lot of people, innocent lives over there being killed too, as well. And that was the whole reason by getting into all this. It's not that, but so. Okay. Let's see, if I could go back to one day, what year, what would you pick and why? Ooh, I don't know. That is a rough ass question. That's really, really rough here. That I really couldn't tell you. Okay, can you give us an opinion about what will happen to the country? Well, right now there's a lot of neighboring countries in Iran that are actually getting shot at from Iran, Iranian missiles like the UAE. They weren't involved in it. I don't think Egypt was involved in it, but apparently they are now. So they're actually being drawn into this conflict, is what they're doing little by little when all these missiles going off, and it's actually escalating more than it's de-escalating. That's why I think it's going to last a little more than a month. But as long as Iran keeps shooting other countries, I mean, that's the predominant thing of what's going to happen. I think there's a lot of the neighboring countries are going to get involved too. There's already, I think, several of them over there that are getting involved now, from my understanding. Easter time might slow down. That may be true, but people have to understand during the Vietnam War, there was the Tet Offensive, and that was a religious holiday, and that's when they basically lost the fall of Saigon. You can do a little history on that or Google it up, but so the religious holidays, unfortunately, I don't think are going to matter as far as slowing down, if any. It could possibly bring the attacks even higher, if that makes any sense. Israel is the one who attacks its own neighbor. I don't know about that. I mean, that's a war that's been fighting for 2,000 years, and nobody even knows why. Do you know how to bake cookies? Well, I like to learn how to bake cookies. I haven't baked cookies for years, but I like to start learning from scratch. I'm retired, and I'm ready to move on to my shit. I do remember when Israel attacked they tried to blame Egypt. Yes, I recall a little bit about that. I don't know if they said it was an accident or something like that, but that's kind of hard to believe too, so that's another question all on its own. Has Iran more affected distant countries, or does it only? Well, it affects distant countries as well as the ones closest, obviously, because that's where the hot spot's at. It also affects the distance countries because they're the ones affiliated with all the trades. If you trade goods back and forth, your oil tankers are being attacked, then that's what happens. You got countries that are not even close to Iran that are being attacked in the Gulf there. So, yeah, it does affect the distant countries as well. Attacking, like I said, going back to the Easter holidays, you have to understand that their religious is different than ours as far as Easter goes. We, Christians celebrate the rising of Christ, and they don't celebrate the same thing. So they don't care about Easter. So, that's the only thing they're going to do is possibly be higher on Easter. And that's just my opinion. I don't know. I hope not, but it's just that it's a fact of life, and that's what happens in war. That's what it is. I can't have a regime change war without occupying the country. Not necessarily. You can't have a regime change war without occupying the country of truth. I kind of have to disagree with that. I'm not saying it can't happen, but there you go. How long do I think this war will last? Don't know. I hope it'll be done sooner than later. That's for sure. Just I hope it's not drawn out. I hope they will come to the senses over there and say, look, man, enough is enough. But they're right now with the new dictator over there, which is, I guess, the Ayatollah Khomeini's son, is now the new crown prince of Iran, or whatever you want to call it, dictator. I call him a dictator because he was never voted in. He was actually appointed, so he's a dictator. Yes, if that's what you call it. But I just hope it doesn't do that. I mean, hope it's a short-lived war, but as long as China and Russia are feeding them weapons over there, then it's going to go out for a long time, much like the Ukraine is, where the United States is feeding Ukraine weapons. Drag that shit out forever. So let's just hope that somebody comes to their senses and kind of figure out a way to either just totally annihilate them, cut it off, get it in and get it out, get it done and over with, and call it a day. But I think until there is an actual regime change from the people itself voting on a person, I don't think there's going to really be all that much peace, to tell you the truth. It's going to be defeating its whole purpose if you just throw another dictator in like Ayatollah Khomeini. I mean, what would be the purpose of going in the first place? So it's unknown. I just hope it don't last that long. Actually, the United States only has a certain amount of time before they put troops on the ground over there anyway. I think you have 45 days, I think, before they put troops on the ground, and they have Congress to go through. And unlike a dictatorship, Trump does got to go through Congress to extend a lot of things. So that's what it boils down to. He can get around a lot of things, do do certain things, but it's kind of that's one of them things where we got Congress and Democrats over here and all kind of shit. I'm gonna take a little station break here, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Thank you. Hold on. See you in 3 minutes.